Welcome everybody. Hello, hello. This is Tuesday morning here on the Flipside. Welcome. I'm Sam, and I am the one who runs things around here. Generally speaking, at least concerning the channel. And even then, I try to use an impromptu committee more often than not. Anyway, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Tom is here. Matthew Rose is here. Hey, Sam, got the day off so I can chill with everyone today. All right. You got the day off after your birthday? Why didn't you get the day off of your birthday, bruh? That seems like that would have been more conducive. Maybe you got both days off. David Brownlee is here. Howdy, howdy. Good to see you. Thank you for being here, brother. Just because I know David was asking, but he may have been just asking for the posterity of the group, but we did get the 21st nailed down as being a Steamers West event. So Steamers West, we will have game night at Steamers West here in Wenatchee on February 21st. That is not this Friday, that is next Friday. Usually it's the second Friday of the month, but because this coming Friday, the second Friday of the month, is Valentine's Day, then we've decided to push it off. We thought about just doing like a couple games night where we bring in a bunch of two-player games and just set up a bunch of two-player tables and kind of market it that way, but we still didn't think that would draw very many people in. So we decided just to push it off 1 week and go from there. Boom, 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 boom. I did both days, one to drink and the other one to drink more slowly. Well, I'm drinking too, but it is just coffee. I'm sure Matthew had a little bit more of a liberal definition of what a drink was in the last couple of days. But that's okay. That's okay, Matthew. You're all right. You're good. You're good. No worries. No worries. You do you, bro. All right. I'm glad you were able to take your birthday off as well. So very good. Congratulations on another year around the sun. Yes? Let's see. Matthew Vincent is here. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Tom is here. I think I already said hello to Tom, but I just want to make sure I did. But we've got two Matthews, a Tom, and David. So we are set. All right, so we've got a couple of games today. What we usually do on It Belongs in a Museum, to which your dutiful response should be, so do you! And I would agree with you. What we do here on It Belongs in a Museum is I take down a couple of older games off the shelf and just kind of do an unboxing of them so that you guys can see what's in the box, and maybe this will bring a game to your attention that you have heretofore not been aware of. Or it might remind you of something that you used to like back in the day and you want to seek it back out again, or pull it back off of your shelf and get it back to the table. That's pretty much what we're doing here. Is we like to kind of shift the focus that is normally put on newer games with board game content creators, because generally speaking, that's what most people are looking for. They're looking for games that they can readily get a hold of, or games that are not even out yet. And we like to push against that a little bit on Tuesdays at the very least. We do have a playthrough series that my wife and I have done in the past that we're trying to pick another time for, because it used to be on Tuesdays because she used to work only half days on Tuesdays, and so we could take the afternoons and play games because she got off work early. But she doesn't have that same schedule anymore, and it's been very difficult to get it, even with pushing it off like in the evenings. Our evenings are just very busy. This last weekend, it was actually, I think, we didn't have anything going on, except for things that we wanted to do, like um, watching the Super Bowl and inviting people over to the Super Bowl. And even though that doesn't happen, nobody really came over except for one guy from our family group, and he only, our city group, and he only stayed for a little bit. We still just kind of chilled and we did what we wanted to do. We didn't really have anything else to do. But normally that doesn't work that way. Normally especially sometimes on the weekends it works that way, but generally through the week, our weeknights are rather regimented. So it's difficult to get those time-honored Tuesdays playthroughs done. But we also have that in our minds to get it back. Maybe it's not going to be on Tuesday anymore. It's going to be on some other day where my wife and I take down one of those older games and play them and give them the limelight once again. So that's pretty much what we're doing on It Belongs in a Museum and Time Honored Tuesdays when you see those start showing back up. Or maybe it's Time Honored some other day, Time Honored Thursdays. I don't know. We'll see. Thursdays aren't good either. But anyway, so to make it a little bit more fun, what we also like to do is we like to make it a little bit of a game to see if you guys can guess, based on a couple of the hints, what we're actually going to go over. And to make it even more fun, I will send you a surprise to the person who correctly guesses the fastest what games we're going to go over today. And we do those at 2 different times. So that's generally what happens. A couple of rules, they're more like guidelines, that we use in this is that if you've already won, then you have the opportunity to accept another win, or if you want to, you can give your win away to somebody else who is in the chat. We also had another individual, David Brown, who actually took it a step further and gave it away to a friend of his, a buddy of his in his game group, and he said, send the surprise to this guy. I know he'll get a kick out of it. If you win, you have the freedom to do whatever you'd like to do within some confines. I would prefer that it be somebody here in the chat, but it doesn't have to be. But that's the preference that's there. So you either accept it yourself if you've won before, or you give it away to somebody else that's in chat. If you've never won before, by far and away, this is your day. Happy, congratulations. Can you say those words like that? Happy congratulations? Yes, I think you can. Is there such thing as sad congratulations? I don't think so. We'll have to talk about that later, I guess. All right, Victoria Ketchum is here. Do you drink anything other than coffee all the time? No. If I drank coffee all the time, I would be bouncing off the walls. This is the morning time. It is, yes, it's still morning time. It's 10 o'clock, so I can still have coffee. Usually, well, let me say this. No, I can't even say that, because whenever I go to hockey games, I have coffee. I don't drink coffee all the time. It is probably the one drink that I drink the most. So yeah, I mean, I do use 0 sugar stuff in all of my coffee. Whenever I'm making it here at home, definitely. And then I usually try to go to places where I know I can get 0 sugar flavors and all of that kind of stuff. Starbucks doesn't do a very good job of that, by the way, which is one of the reasons I don't like Starbucks. The other reason is just the hoity-toityness of Starbucks. I don't like that either. But also I don't like the corporate conglomerate thing that, juggernaut that Starbucks is. So we usually, when we go to get coffee, we usually go to smaller places, preferably locally owned. Our coffee shop of choice is Steamers West here in town, and if we are going to get coffee, that's usually our first pick. Beyond that, we go to Dutch Bros, but Dutch Bros is usually kid-driven. If one of the kids wants something, they'll ask to go to Dutch Bros. But if Jess and I want to go get something, as long as Steamers West is open, we'll go there. But when Steamers West is closed, or if we are in a different part of town and we don't want to drive all the way over to Steamers West to go all the way back somewhere else, then we might stop into Dutch Bros. Dutch Bros does have the benefit of having 1, 2, 3, 4 different locations in our valley. And Steamers West is just here in Wenatchee, so there's that. But no, I don't drink coffee all the time, but I do drink it a lot of the time. Yeah. The only times I drink it at night is usually if we're traveling and I need to make sure I'm chipper, or if we're at a hockey game, because it's cold and I like a warm drink. There you have it. You have had a good morning. Good, Victoria. Awesome, awesome. I'm glad you've had a good morning. David Brownlee says, I'm waiting until spring to avoid the passes. I know. On the plus side, that means I'll be bringing Let's Go to Japan during Ohanami season. Ohanami. Oh, cool. I don't know what that is, but that's cool. Laundry is started and dishes are done. Yes. Those are good feelings. Luke Shirus is here. I arrived precisely when I intended. I'm sure you did, Luke, as most wizards do. Is the surprise that you show up at our house to play games? No. If you're sending games to random addresses, don't forget to include a link to your subscribe button. I usually send stickers, but I don't usually, and I just ordered new stickers. I ordered a batch of 500 new stickers, and they are 3-inch stickers, not the 2.5-inchers that I've been sending out. This is a 2.5-inch one, so 3 is probably going to make it, I don't know, just slightly larger. And I was looking to try to get our QR code on there, but I didn't like, because what it would have been with the service that I purchased, it would have been a large QR code with a small logo in it. And I didn't like that. So word of mouth, if we get that out, at least if you do Flipside of board games on a search, it will come up. Let me see. Let me just do it. Flipside of board games. Will it come up? Yeah. It's the second thing on Flipside Gaming. What is that? What is that? And they're the first ones. It's not, well, Cool Beans. They have a cool logo. But I don't know where they are. Where are they located? 518. Clifton Park, New York. Yeah, that's definitely not where we are. Looks like a cool site, though. I'll have to go back and check them out later on. But anyway, if we get this out there, I think that'll. I guess I'm assuming that people won't be lazy, but you know what I mean. I don't like the overpriced burnt coffee of Starbucks. Yeah, that's valid as well. I like coffee, but my wife does not, so I just don't drink it anymore. Sad story. Yeah, oh well. I'm neither a proponent or anything else opponent of drinking coffee. If you don't like drinking coffee, that doesn't bother me at all. Like -0, really. It doesn't bother me at all. I could go for a Steamers West cookie about now. Yeah, they do have some awesome Blossom cookies, man. My favorite one is their, what do they call it? Their garbage cookie. Is that what it's called? Basically, it's got everything. It's like a peanut butter macadamia nut chocolate chip oatmeal cookie. And it's like massive, and you like eat half of it and you're full. Oh, it's such a good cookie. But yeah, they have a lot of really good pastries. All of their food is good as well. They just have, it's a great little, it's a coffee shop, but it's also a deli. They have great sandwiches. They've got flatbread pizzas. They've got soups. They've got, they've just got all of the stuff. and we are good. We're good friends with the owners, and they are good people, and so we like to support them. So there you have it. There's a local coffee shop, a coffee hut rather, that is way better than the Starbucks in my area. Well, generally speaking, that holds true. Many, I won't say most, but many of the local coffee shops that I've been to in, almost anywhere that I go is better than Starbucks. Starbucks is just widely accepted, and they have that monopoly going for them. Everybody knows what Starbucks is. So, yeah. Oh, Hanami is cherry blossom viewing. Oh, okay, cool. Luix likes Dutch Bros. He usually brings it on game days. Yeah, there you go. Not my eyeball games. Good to see you. Thanks for being here, Anthony's. I am always lazy, Alexander says. I will abstain today due to my recent success unless someone who hasn't won needs a champion. I'm super glad we don't have Good Deli and Baked Good Shop near me. That's funny. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. The first one that we're going to look at today is hails from 2018. All right. So 2018 is when this game was published. It has two mechanisms that I will give you. That is hand management and set collection. And that's about it. So you guys use your Google Foo or your BGG Foo or whatever it might be, and you try to guess properly, correctly, the fastest, and whoever does that will get a prize sent to them, or they will be able to have me send that prize to someone else in the chat, preferably, but not necessarily. Micah is, hello, first time in this museum. How's going there? Good to see you, Micah. Thank you for being here. Everdell is incorrect, Alexander. Oh no. Precious coffee. Spilled. Whatever shall I do? I like the taste of Black Rifle coffee. That's what I have right in here. It's the Spirit of 76 with coffee cream creamer and about a tablespoon and a half of chocolate, zero sugar chocolate syrup. Zero sugar coconut cream, zero sugar chocolate syrup with the Spirit of 76. I like Black Rifle coffee as well. Luxor, Fall of Rome, no. Valhalla, no, Matthew Venson. Although, good game. Terraforming Mars, no. Pretty sure it's not my collection. I would imagine it's not in your collection. This is one that I actually didn't even know about, and somebody sent it to me because they figured I would like it. Concordia, no. Here's the thing, David. If it's in your collection, by and large, it's probably not going to be in mine. Because you like heavier games than I do. You and JT probably, your Venn diagram with JT is probably a lot more overlapping than it would be with mine. Forbidden Sky, no. Gugong, no. That is incorrect. 2018... hand management, set collection. Those are your two, or I give you a couple of mechanisms for one clue, and then the year it was made for the others. So that's your two clues right now. Valhalla, nope, somebody's already said that. That is not correct. Forbidden Sky, no, that is incorrect. Shadows over Camelot, no. Fur Missile is another one, Anthony's, that you were saying how you like Black Rifle coffee. Fur Missile and Spirit of 76 are the two that I have upstairs in the kitchen right now. I might be out of Fur Missile because I really do enjoy Fur Missile. But This one's Spirit of 76 today. Dwarven Smithy, what year? 2018. I still have Memoir 44, and I'm keeping my Blood Rage. All right, well, I guess there's some overlap there. No, Gugong, somebody already said Gugong. I just popped in. What are the clues? The clues are 2018. That's the year it was published. And the two mechanisms for your second clue are hand management and set collection. Ethos, or rather ethnos. No, that is not correct. Oh, wrong one. Dang it. There we go. Walking in Burano. No, but wow, good game. Very good game. Love that game. Very fun. Starship Samurai. Nope, that's not correct. Haven't played. I think I've played Starship Samurai once, and I don't recall if I enjoyed it very much or not. So, but it's a neat looking game. Dwarven Smithy. I have Dwarven Smithy right over there. So you know it's not correct, but I do have that on my shelf. Me and JT want to get that done. Fall of Rome. No. Yolo and Yancey. No. That is incorrect. So let me go ahead and give you a couple of more. Quacks of Quedlinburg. No, that's not correct. Let's see here. We have I'll give you one of the families. The family is, and again, I'm using Board Game Geek. So the family, one of the families is time travel theme. Theme time travel. That's your third clue. Theme time travel. Forbidden Sky. Nope, somebody's already said Forbidden Sky. Make sure you guys have live chat put on. Move it from top chat to live chat, and that'll make sure that you catch everything. Brass? Ho ho! No! Negatory. Raiders of the North Sea? Incorrect. A lot of good games being guessed today, though. Well done. Just not well enough to win yet. The Loop. Nope, that's our first time travel guess, but that is incorrect. Odonata Creations? Odonata? That's also a good game. JT owned that one, and we enjoyed playing that, but Star Scrappers. Negative, Matthew. Ooh. I played that one as well. Didn't really enjoy that one so much. All right, so the three clues that we have so far are the year 2018. The two mechanisms are hand management and set collection. And then from the family group of things, the theme is time travel. I think I may have stumped y'all. I may have stumped y'all. Star Trek Flux? No. Citadels of Time? No. I don't own any Flux games. Tragedy Looper is too old. That is correct. Samurai Jack? No. TI4. Thanks for sticking up for Eric while he's not here. But no, not TI4. Take the Galaxy? No. Ooh, y'all missing it. All right, well, here we go. Here's a couple more clues. So far, here are the clues. It is hand management and set collection from the year 2018, 2018. The theme is time travel, so that's the family, one of the families that it's in. And now I will also give you a category. No, not category. Yes, category. Category is religious. All right, so that's 4 clues. That will be the last clue. If you can't find out what it is from those 4 clues from the year 2018, category is religious. Mechanisms are hand management and set collection. And the family is the theme time travel. Themed time travel. Duelosaur Island, no. Take the Galaxy, no. Biblios, no. Good game, though. Feel free to use BGG. Your BGG foo will come into handy. Alexander got it first, Tom, but you guys were so close. Portals and Prophets. Portals and Prophets. That is the correct one. Portals and Prophets. That's what we're going to go over first. So, Alexander, I can send you another win, or you can pick somebody in chat that has not yet won, if you so desire. You can work all of that out as soon as you wish. But yes, Portals and Prophets, Alexander Meldrum got it first. So you are today's winner for the first try. We will have another game coming up here in just a few minutes. But for the first one, Portals and Prophets was correct. Viking Hobbits in Space, the card game? Is that a real thing? I gotta look that up. Okay, so Alexander's gonna donate. I'm gonna go down to the table here. You guys figure that out. Who is going to get the donated copy? So Alexander, you need to pick somebody that you want to donate your prize to. So here we are, we're looking at Portals and Prophets. It's designed by Andrew Harmon, Harmon Games. It is for 10 and up, 2 to 5 players, and it's 30 to 60 minutes long. What I think I need to do here is I need to turn this around because I'm pretty sure I got this upside down. Now it is properly displayed. So this is the back of the box. There we go. And as you can see, here's the board and some cards and the player pieces down here. Interesting. Huh. But you're about to embark on the adventure of a lifetime. Travel back in time to the land of Israel, to the time of the ancient prophets and kings of old. Be at the right place and time to experience events firsthand and score points. Choose the events you want to witness, plan your route carefully, and use the time machine wisely. There's so much to see and so little time to see it. So that's the idea of Portals and Prophets. So if we go ahead and open the box, oh boy, the rubber band broke that was holding the cards together, so poopy. All right, so here's the rule book set up for display. It says that you literally takes 2 minutes to set it up, and it doesn't look like there is much setup at all. You deal some cards out, you set some things out on the board, and you're ready to go. So here you have gameplay on page 3. And game end on page 4. So it's weighted as a 2 out of 5 on the Geek. So that's pretty standard for a rule book like this, I would imagine. And that's right around family weight category. And then you have how different things are scored. And it looks like the chronology of biblical events that I guess are in the game. So there you got it. And you have some game variations on the back, quick reference, and then event card stats. So cool. So here's the rule book for Portals and Prophets. And then you have all of these cards. So it looks like these are all Old Testament cards, which, of course, according to all of the cards are going to be Old Testament. But you can see I had them in 2 stacks here. So let's see. Oh boy. Let's see. Should I do this? Yeah, I probably should, I guess, because that'll make it easier to show you guys later on. But I know this is something that I do, and it drives JT up a wall whenever I do it. But it drives me up a wall to have cards that are not in the right orientation when you're going through them. So it's just the way it is. Pardon me, I know this is not very riveting, but you're getting a glimpse into what it is to set games up around me. Looks like most of these are all going to be the same direction they are. So good. I'm done. See? Didn't take that long. But you have some cards. Then you have some portal cards here. Then you have what? Oh, this is probably Genesis. Oh, and then you have New Testament. And then you have some more Old Testament ones. Ah, look at that. Well, they probably didn't fit. That's why I broke them up into all these different stacks. So there you have that. Oh, let's get some of those over here like this. So those are the different cards. There we go. Is that better? Yeah, that's good. And then, let's see, this is probably just the board. But we'll put it out there. Fa-bow! All right. Yeah, you can see most of the board there. Maybe down here at the bottom. Fuel boost, low, 1, 2, 3, 4, full. And then you have Genesis. Then you have 15th, 14th, 13th. These are all centuries until you get to the New Testament here. And then you also have, this is where the different card stacks will go. So you have 2 stacks here, draw piles, and then these are going to be face up. So this is pretty neat. This is pretty neat. Then you have all of these guys over here, which are player pawns and different things that are going to be put around the board. So you have a hexagonal column, 3 circular discs, and a drop or a pointer, something like that. Then it looks like every player gets 2 pawns, like so, and that's pretty much all of the different components. So on your turn, you'll be able to draw a card and add it to your hand, then you move your geography pawn and then play a card from their hand to score points. So one of these is going to be a geography pawn, so you're going to be moving out here on the board, and the other one is going to be probably a point marker. Yep, looks like it. Then you will have the fuel marker, which goes down here, boink, oil for fuel. Then you have the time machine, which is this right here, and that will go right there. You can't even see it. Let me see if I can move that up here. There we go. And then you've got the portals. That's what these things are. Bink, bink, bink. So these portals, you'll be able to put them in different areas, I guess, according to this. So for one action, move your pawn from your current location to any other location on the board. And these are once per game. So each player will get one of these cards, portal cards, and you'll be able to use them to go from one part anywhere. Genesis cards, we already knew that. 75 Old Testament cards, 22 New Testament cards, and 5 portal cards. Place 1 portal card face up in front of each player. Yeah. Give 2 pawns. One is for points, and the other one is to mark your place down here, like that. So you get to draw a card. So you can draw from the face-up pile or from the Old Testament or the New Testament deck. You can't have more than 7 cards. For one action, you can move your geography pawn to an adjacent geographical location on the board, or from one portal to another portal. How do portals get set up? Where do portals get put? Let's see. Place the 3 portals. Suggested locations are Beersheba, Shiloh, and the Sea of Galilee. Sea of Galilee? What, you're going to just portal into the Sea of Galilee? What? All right, no. Sea of Galilee is actually a place up here. All right. Sea of Galilee, Shiloh, Bing, and Beersheba, which is down here. So you're going to have 3 locations. So if you're at Shiloh for one action, you can go all the way down to Beersheba. That's cool. Otherwise, you're stuck to going just adjacent. Bing, 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 bing. All right. So that gives you an idea. Awesome. This is cool. I like the idea. You can exchange cards for fuel, discard cards. When a player plays their 3rd New Testament card, complete the current round so that each player has the same number of turns. Player with the highest score wins. Cool. Ah, dang it. Didn't mean to do that. But you kind of get the idea, yeah? So it's a super light game, but it's got a neat little theme to it. I like time travel themes in general, and I'm also a Christian, so I also enjoy biblically themed games. Is there another? 1, 2, 3 portals. Bing, bing. Okay, yeah, that's good. So this one looks like it'll be interesting. I'm interested to give this one a whirl. Pretty quick, fast, in a hurry. Some of these different cards, I didn't show them. The Hills of Ephraim. So Deborah judges Israel. It's going to be worth 8 points at the end of the game. This one comes up during the 13th century. So the Israelites would come up to her to have their disputed settlements, the disputes settled. Ehud turns back to assassinate Eglon. That's where he was a big dude, and the sword kind of disappeared into his belly. That's how big he was. The Battle of Mount Tabor. Just showing some of the different things that are here. Gideon and his men, his 300 in Jezreel. Orphra, Hannah prays for his son. That's cool. That's actually how I got my name, Samuel, because my mom, because of her health, was told by the doctors that she would not be able to have a kid. And so my mom and dad both prayed and asked God to give them a son, and here I am. And Samuel actually means gift from God. So I'm just giving you an idea of the different things that are here. Elijah goes to heaven in a fiery chariot. That would be a cool thing to watch, wouldn't it? Elisha curses the young men who mock him. The mama bear. That's cool. I like the art. Well, I don't necessarily like the artwork, but there's much better artwork out there nowadays. But I like the pictorial depictions of these different things. Elisha's servant sees heaven open up. Oof. So gives you an idea of what's out there. You know what I mean? What's in the deck. So this is a neat little thing. This is a neat little thing, indeed. I'm looking forward to giving this one a whirl, actually. I'm going to put this on the bottom because I think I need to keep these. Well, I don't know. Do I need to? Will it fit? Let's see. Bing. All right. That goes in there. Will this go in here? That feels like it'll fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rubber band that is currently in good shape around the deck that has 3 different kinds of cards in it. And then this one will just go in here, and this one will go in here. And I will keep that as level as possible for right now until I can get a, oh no, not that, this. Until I can get a rubber band around that other one again. Dang it, I forgot to put the rule book in there. Ooh, that I can use the rule book as a further divider just in case. See, I can do this. I can go like that, or I can go like this. I can put these over here. Then I can put these under. Ooh. That'll keep them separate, kinda, sorta. All right, so that was Portals and Profits. All right, Alexander, looks like, Mike, are you still here? You said this was your first time. Yes, I'm here still. Sam, you can give my prize to Micah. All right, Micah says, thank you, Alexander. That's very kind. Micah, if you can send me an email at flipsideobg@gmail.com with your shipping information, just your shipping address, wherever you'd like me to send that surprise. We'll get that off to you in the mail here in the next couple of days. Kind of a biblical history game. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And that's a cool thing because I like games where you can learn something without feeling like you are being browbeat to learn it. You know, there are a lot of games out there that will try to teach you something, but they're being very, I don't know, browbeat is the only word that I can really come up with. They're just being very overbearing about, you need to learn this lesson that we want to teach you. I like games like this where you can pick up new things. You can learn things. You can learn where those things happen. Like a lot of those stories, I know them. The accounts, the historical accounts that are in the Bible, I know them, but maybe I didn't know exactly where they were historically, or rather geographically. And those are the kinds of things that I think is cool about stuff like that. Doesn't have to be biblical history. It can be any kind of history. But that one I'm looking forward to. That one's going to get to the table here pretty quick, I think, because I like the idea. If you set the time machine to the time of the flood, are you eliminated? I don't know. That would be interesting. I would, maybe the time machine is like the DeLorean, and where we're going, you don't need any roads, and you can fly around. I would, if it's like, if it's like other things where you're like, you leave from this location, geographical location, and you show up in the past in that same geographical location, you in trouble, because if the waters haven't receded yet, you're going to be underwater, brother. So I don't know if you're eliminated, but you might have to, you might pop into the past and got to fight to get back up to the top. And that's a long way up, brother. So we'll see. Kind of a biblical history game. I know that there is a Kickstarter that had to do with the flood. I wonder if that ever materialized somewhere, and if it had, and if it was good. Maybe just tuned in and see Old Testament on the board. Looks like a track. That's when stuff gets real. Oh yeah, that's pretty true. Let's see. You're going to bend your rule book. I'm not letting you pack my games. I'm not going to leave it in there indefinitely. I'm just doing it now so that I can put a rubber band on those cards and then put it back on the shelf. I'm not a monster. It's just a quick fix and a temporary one at that. TM, I haven't. I just got into Garfield games. I'm pretty sure I could like that one. Yes, I think you possibly could. Ezra and Nehemiah is a very good game. Matter of fact, it's one of JT's favorite Garfield games at this point. That if I'm not mistaken, I don't think I am, but I know he likes it a lot. Let's see here. I imagine you end up on the Ark since you would likely transport to the area of interest as well as the time. That's supposing a lot, dude. A lot of times that I've been in, just how, I guess it's how I've interpreted, is that when you travel, people who have depicted traveling through time is like you are in one geographical location and you go through time to that geographical location, which is, so I think, supposing that you would bamf onto the Ark from wherever you are on Earth, I don't know. First of all, it's an unknown location. You don't know where the Ark would be at that particular point in time, except it's on top of the water somewhere on Earth, So it's like, I don't know if that would be a correct summation there, Luke. I've got Flood. I just haven't played it yet. Broken Beard says, I've played the Flood board game, and it was pretty good, Luke says. Cool. I've also played 2x2, which is surprisingly good for a kid-friendly game. Thank you very much, Luke. Have you all been to the Ark in Kentucky? I have not. I really, 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 really want to. But I just haven't ever gone on a trip that coincided with that part of the country. I'm usually flying over Kentucky. I'm not going to Kentucky. So I'm not a monster. I'm just malicious. No, that's not it either. My time machine has submarine mode. There you go. Transporting to the Ark has its own hazards. You might be left stepping in something, right? I mean, that's true, right? Motion at my front door. Who is at my front door? Probably nobody. It's probably the flag. Yep, it's the flag. That's okay. I don't mind seeing Old Glory waving in the breeze. Or transported to where the big cats are kept. Right? Oh, that would be horrible. I got the geosynchronous nature of traditional time travel movies books. But I have to point out, the Earth is never in the same place twice because our galaxy is also moving through space. I understand that as well, which is why time travel is not nearly as easy as some people seem to think that it should be or could be. I'm not that far from it. We could do a meetup if you ever decide to go. I would be down for that, but again, I because it's like smack dab in the middle of the country, almost. I'm always like flying over it. I rarely travel that far in a car. Usually, if I'm traveling that far, it's by airplane. So we'll have to see. I will keep that in mind though, because it's always like running, in the background of me wanting to go to the Ark encounter. So I will keep that in mind, Broken Beard. Send me an email, Broken Beard, Flipside Gmail, flipsideobg@gmail.com, and just I'll put it in my tickler file. All right, the second game we're going to talk about is right over here. And the first clue is this is from 2016-2016. And some of the mechanisms are variable player powers and dice rolling. Dice rolling and variable player powers. 2016. Those are your two clues. A couple of mechanisms and the year. Bum, 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 bum. Geosynchronous nature of traditional time travel movies and books. Philip Zomberg says dice thrown. No, sir. Incorrect. Boom. Thank you for playing. Oh, a great game. Great game. I saw somebody said that Dice Throne X-Men is now available in retail, so I'm going to have to look into that here pretty soon. Star Wars Rebellion. No, sir. Good game, though. Golly. That's a game that it's almost falling into the TI4 territory because it's like a 2 to 4 hour two-player game. So, like, number of players... is the correlation there. Not correlation, but it's like the comparative, like number of players to how much time it takes ratio. That's why it would fall into that category of TI4, where it's just hard to get it to the table. And but man, it's such a good game. Love it. I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of it. Role player, Conan. No. Star Wars Rebellion. No. Right, Ritulia? I've never even heard of that. Ritulia? Interesting. Black Orchestra was one I was looking at covering today, but wrong! I had pre-ordered Dice Throne X-Men waiting for it to ship. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. That's really weird to me. They must have already, well, I don't know if they must have. I will assume, let me put it that way. I will assume that they've already started fulfillment in a region of the world, which means they are now justified to release it to retail as well. I would disagree with that process if that were the case, but that is the best assumption I can make right now, that some of their backers have begun, their backers have begun receiving the game, so in their minds they're good to release it. I would, if I were part of that company, I would definitely combat that idea. Dice Throne Kickstarter hasn't fulfilled yet. Yeah, I know. Lots of good 2016 games. Conan. Rescue Polar Bears? No. The others? No. Age of War? No. Black Orchestra was a no. He hasn't gotten his yet. Role player. 3 people have suggested role player, and I've said no 3 times, Matthew. One Deck Dungeon. Nope. Okay, again, the 2 mechanisms are dice rolling and variable player powers, and the year it hails from is 2016. 2016. So far, people have guessed Dice Throne, Star Wars Rebellion, Conan, Role Player, Ritulia, Black Orchestra, Age of War, The Others, Conan, Rescue Polar Bears, One Deck Dungeon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Dead of Winter, Liberty or Death, Mechs vs. Minions. These are all incorrect. So nobody's got it yet. And this is really, there's 2 obscure games today. This one's obscure. Not too many people got this one. V Sabotage. No, but wow, good game. Wow, that's such a good game. Blood Bowl. No, also a good game. But Blood Bowl hails from way before 2016. Blood Bowl is like early days of Games Workshop. Bang the Dice Game. Oh, nice. Good game, but no, not today. Pedantic Rulebook Lovers of the Ancient Dynasty, 2nd edition. Wow, I know that's not a game. Vast, no. XCOM, no. Ooh, XCOM I was really disappointed with, actually, because it focused more on the building your base aspect of the game than it did on the actual battling the aliens. I wanted a little bit of the building the base, but I wanted more of the battling the aliens. So that was a little bit of a disconnect for me. Talon, no. Let's give you some more clues here. Let's see. All right, for your third clue, we're going to add in type and category is a war game. And then I'll give you another mechanism, area movement. So another mechanism is area movement, and the type or category is war game. From 2016, it's a war game. Mechanism is area movement, dice rolling, and variable player powers. Let's see, does anybody get it? Ashes Reborn, no. Covert, no. Don't tell me it's Descent Journeys in the Dark. Okay, fine, I won't. It isn't. I also won't tell you that it is, because it isn't. Love the coffee. Hey, Sam, hope you're well. What's up, Glenn? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well as well. It's been a while, dude. It's been a while. V-Sabotage. Somebody's already mentioned that game. It is not correct. Armada. Star Wars Armada. No. Fatal Alliance. No. That is not correct. Dust 1947. Good game. No. Dead Zone. No. The clues so far have been a war game from 2016 with dice rolling, area movement, and what was the other one? Variable player powers. That's the clue so far. Project Z, Warriors of Japan. Woo! Close! All right. Tom just got a little bit warmer there with Warriors of Japan, but nope, not quite. Project Z, no. I already said no to Dead Zone. Blade Storm, no, that's incorrect. Come on, y'all, you can do it. Dust off that Google foo and that BGG foo. You can get it. I promise you. And another pseudo clue was Warriors of Japan was super close. I am checking something here because it might be yep, it is. Alexander just got it again. Far East War, 1592. Far East War, 1592. BGG has no other games listed. Woo-hoo-hoo, I don't know what I'm doing, Tom says. I don't know if he actually said it that way, but that's what I heard when Tom posted that. I've tried everything. I can't find it. Oh, love it. Anachrony. No, Anthony's. That is incorrect. Far East War 1592 is the correct one. That's what we are going. I told you it was obscure, people. I told you it was obscure. This is definitely an obscure game, but if you look, Google Boogaloo. That's awesome. It does have a 7.0 out of 10 as a rating. Now, it only has 150 ratings, but that does say that there's 150 people that have played this game that rated it, on average, a 7. Some of the ratings here, looks like you have a few 10s, a few 9s, 41 8s, 51 7s, 28 6s, 12 5s, 4 4s, 1 2, and 1 1. Wow, a 2 and a 1. The 4 says, oh, well, want to buy, want to play, wish list. And they rated it a 4? Come on, people. Another 4 here, previously owned, no comments. I'm looking at the low ones. 2, own. You rated it 2 and you still own it? You probably don't. You probably just haven't updated your collections yet. 1. All right, here we go. Components are great. Illustrations are great. The setting is sort of great. The scenario presented is one of stalemate. I can't see the win conditions being achieved barring truly lucky or poor play, so each game is probably going to go the distance. It's just too long for an easy game like this. Another thing is that I wish there were historical notes either in the rulebook or on the general's cards. I don't want to pin ambitions on the game that weren't intended, but I think the lack of at the very least flavor text is a misstep, especially since many of the personalities depicted were pretty interesting. And there's playing with shorter decks would be fine. I bought this to use as an introductory war game, and I'm not sure it passes muster as far as getting people interested. It's easy to play, but in general, there's not much maneuver. Game ends in an unsatisfying way, and there's a lack of provided historical context. Interesting. Well, let's go with the other end then. And this is the first time I've ever done this. If you don't like that I'm doing this, just let me know. We'll talk about it somehow. Let's look at the 10s. Very good game with unused setting. Okay. 9.9 didn't say anything. Another 10. Even though it's not a theme implemented locally, the game is quite well established. If you need a homemade rule, it's recommended to limit the amount of military produced in one of the 3 rounds by the number of tokens. In addition, a rule in which the game ends immediately, where the general dies by designated general commander, can prevent the game from being stretched. Really great 2-player battle. So there's not a whole lot of explanations on the 10. Let's go to the 8s. Let's see. An enjoyable simulation. This is 7.5. Enjoyable simulation of the nature of the stalemate in Far East War. The game itself is rather simplistic for this type of game, but it seems to service its theme just fine. I think it missed its chance of being stellar like Three Kingdoms Redo. The generals in Far East War 1592 are just okay. I think a much better job could have been done, like in Three Kingdoms Redo, but more dynamic generals and just more generals to choose from. The Japanese have so few generals that every game you're choosing 4 out of a selection of 5 generals. This one aspect itself would have elevated my rating up to 1 to 2 points. Otherwise, production is top notch. Cardboard and chits are thickest I've ever seen. Yep, game is a lot of stalemate. This is an update after second play, which is what I suppose the scenario is about. Because the game is very unlikely to go to sudden death, 12 out of 16 territories are capturing 2 specific sea territories. Some freaky dice rolling can determine the winner of the game. Okay, so that gives you an idea. It's kind of a and to give it a little bit more credence, let me just go to this. To give it a little bit more credence, those kinds of statements are also made about Memoir 44, which is a widely, highly acclaimed game. So while I only read a couple of the different things, I just wanted you to see that, and I would say it's on the same level as far as complexity is concerned. But again, let's go ahead and jump in. What are people saying here? What are people saying? Once again, BGG kicks me in the butt and shoves my face in the dirt. Maybe something to add to these is your rating as you talk about them. I don't recall if I have a rating of this game. I know I reviewed it back in the day, but I don't know what my... Nope, I did not rate this game. I would have to go back and find it. Alexander needs to hop off. Look back. Well, Alexander, you won. You need to pick somebody else. Before you hop off, hopefully you'll come back because you need to pick somebody else that is in the chat to win. Or if you want it yourself, just let me know. Either way. These quizzes are tough. I like it. Maybe something that adds these is your rating. Maybe. It's like a teacher saying you can use your notes on the test, right? Yeah, that's what I like too. Looks like some bald guy did a review of this game on the Dice Tower 8 years ago. Yeah, some bald guy. I don't know what's up with him, but let's see. Is it still there? Oh yeah, look at that. Far East War 1592. What did I say was my rating? All the way to the end. Oh, I got the seal of excellence. Just said that it's about an hour and a half. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up for the seal of excellence. All right, there we go. Interesting. Ooh, I put the stats at the end of the... Ugh. I don't like that at all. Anyway. All right. Well, there you have it. Oh, is Odinata still here? Odinata Creations, are you still around? So this is a Where Are They Now review. I clearly picked a good day to not participate in the guessing game. All right, so let's go ahead and get down to the table. And we'll take a look. While hopefully Alexander either emails me or he just picks somebody. Odinata Creations. I know he's still looking. The S key is next to the D key. Just spurred a thought while he was talking about what others rated it. Oh, yeah. Oh, I get you. I understand what you're saying now, Tom. Guess not. Yeah, probably not. If they didn't stick around here. But, all right, I'm going to show the game, and you guys figure that out. And again, if you want to come back, if you got to go do something, we'll figure it out later, buddy. All right, so Far East War, Imgen Creations. So here's the rule book, and here are the different components that are in there. And here's a Korean Ming side of the board. And then the 2-player game shows how everything is set up. Turn overview, production, generals, recruit, regroup, move, battle. Interesting. And then end of game here on page 16. But as you can see, there was a lot of illustrations there. So then there's also a 4-player game. I would probably want to say that this is probably best as a 2-player game because I believe you're going to split up into factions when you play with 4 players. Yeah, we'll see what all the different generals do, and we'll take a look at those in just a minute with the actual cards, but in glossary of the event cards. So there you have that. That's the rule book. And as you can see there, the components look pretty cool. And here is the board. So again, I think it's a pretty cool I don't have a problem with it. I think it makes it look a little bit busy, but on one hand and on the other hand, I like the actual, you know, I want to say it's Chinese, but maybe it's Mandarin. Maybe it's, yeah, I don't know. I think there's also, I really have a hard time differentiating between the different Far Eastern written languages. I can pick out Korean because it's the one that looks the most different. Japanese, I think, is also, but I think the stuff that's on here is Chinese, and I don't think there's any Japanese. I apologize if I am stupid and incorrect there, but what I was trying to say was I like how that's on there. It does make the board a little bit more busy, but I think it's thematically a good choice. But there you go. It's a little rondelle up here, which is a cool thing. I like those things. Dice faces will tell you what's going on. Event cards here. So gives you a good picture of the board at least. The different, I guess we can leave this out. Just have it shown. But the different tokens that are on, these are all wooden tokens. So this is what some of those people were talking about as far as the component quality. And if I'm not mistaken, yes, I'd had to sticker all of these. And some of them are not as, some of them are not as straight as I would have liked them to be. But you have all of these things out here. But you also have the other bag here, which is the other, and I'm just showing components right now. That's all I'm doing. This is the other side of the board, the Korean, and I can't remember the name of the other faction. You have the Ming faction, which looks like this. Then you have the Korean faction that looks like that. Then you have the Koshi, Konishi faction, and the Kato faction, which is like that. But if you're just playing two players, everything's turned over like this, and you just have these that are out here. Okay. These are, I believe, the generals for one side and the general tokens for the other. And then you have, these are the dice. Dice are pretty chonky, frankly, but they're very stark. And I like that they are rounded corners as well. So, we also have the different generals. Go ahead and just move all this stuff over and I'll show off some of the generals here. Artwork is pretty cool, kind of an anime-ish style, but it looks cool. But it just gives you an idea of what you're looking at here as far as the style of artwork used. But so there you go, those, and then you have different event cards that are in here, and other kinds of, this is for, it looks like the Korean, and these are all one, these are the one faction, and then these are the other. So you have a whole bunch of different generals over here that you can choose from as well. So you have all of those, and then you have a whole bunch of event cards as well. So ceasefire, until the card under the next event card is revealed, no legion can declare battles. You have bountiful harvest. Both sides take a production action immediately. So good and bad things. The Korean-Ming Alliance loses 5 SP. That's bad. Japanese forces gain 5 SP. So a lot of different things that are happening here. Dissensions. Until the card under the next event card is revealed, no player can take the general's action. So you kind of get the idea. These can then hurt one side, help one side, hurt both sides, whatever. And then there's a reset event in there as well. So this is if the area of history you know, interests you at all. You know, this is basically I would say it's fairly unrepresented time of history in board games, and I think it does what it's supposed to, what it's trying to do pretty well. So that is the cards for Far East War 1592. There are also some other wooden tokens over here. I believe those are used for attack and support. So these are, the yellow ones are meant for support, and these are meant to show attacks. So interesting, yeah. See, what have we got? Matthew Rose gifted 5 memberships. Dude, that's awesome. Thank you. Getting other people interested in the channel. I appreciate that, bud. Happy birthday indeed, sir. Jay Mongoose, Nobled, Rob German, and Sarcastic Elder, and Toilet Goods 52. That's a cool name. Very generous, very cool. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, indeed. All right, so that's going to go in there. It also has a rudimentary but functional storage capacity as well. Those all go in there, and all of these will go in one. Oh, I gotta do this like this because that. Picking up tokens, wooden tokens, is kind of aggravating for me. I gotta stack them up first and then pour them in because they're round enough to not be picked up very easily. Wow, so many of these things. But anyway, thank you, Matthew, for that. I appreciate you. That's very cool of you. Oh no! I didn't pull them all out. Stupid. Dang it. All right, let's see. That goes there. This goes in here. There we go. All right, so there we go. And then these. It's just a me thing. But that is that. Come back up here. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Did I put it on right? No. This has to go on correctly. Now we're good. Bam! All right, so Far East War and Portals and Prophets, our 2 games of the day. Let's see here. Let's see here. It says up to 4 players looks more like a 2-player game to me. Yep, that is correct. Insert looks like Black Velvet. Nope, it's not. Makes me want to insert that is. That's funny. Let's see. Did Odonata Creations ever come back and show up? Doesn't look like they did. That's unfortunate. All right, so Alexander, I will take it soon and making a cheese and need to go. All right. Yep. Mandarin and Cantonese are Chinese. Yeah, I know that. I know that. I will take it soon. Let's see. Stickers are for a child's activity book. They are the bane to all nitpicky board gamers. Well, I don't think I'm nitpicky, but yeah, I don't necessarily like putting stickers on things. Let's see. Well, in these days, it just feels good if anyone bothers to be a good person, and I think you are too. Very cool. I don't get a Tuesday off very often, so I want to spread the love. What is the draw for a war game with generic player pieces? Is it more the history? Because the gameplay doesn't really look that exciting to me. Yeah, it's, I think, Philip, and again, that's a subjective question, but I think I might regret being a good person tomorrow. Thanks. That's funny. I don't think you'll regret being a good person. Let's see. Philip, the gameplay doesn't really look that exciting to me. Often with war games, or with war-themed games. I actually made a comment on another video about this morning. My draw to a war game or a war-themed game is not usually the mechanisms. It's the history behind it. Like, for example, my initial interest in this game, one of the reasons why I'm the one that reviewed it back in the day, was the time period, and I thought that it was underrepresented in the industry, and it really largely still is, as far as I can tell. And so that's what interested me in it. I wanted to learn more about that. Now, it also had, it was a war that was fought on the Korean Peninsula, whereas I used to live there. So, a lot of the places that are on the board are places, not a lot, but some of the places on the board are places that I've been to. So there was a connection there as well. But so I would say that yes, a draw for someone to a war-themed game or a war game is often, if I can use that word, if I can speak for other people in a general sense, is often the period of history. There's an interest in that period of history, and the mechanisms kind of take a back seat to that. I wouldn't say they're overlooked. I just think that they don't have to be absolutely stellar for people who are interested in the time period or the war. They don't have to be as good for people who are interested already to be still interested in them. So Matthew Rose, whether or not you are a good person depends on what Sam sends. Well, I'm not sending anything to those 5 people. What happened here was that Matthew gave those 5 memberships to my channel. So whether or not they what I do doesn't change anything of what Matthew did. What Matthew did was a cool thing for those 5 people. And I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, well, that's about it. It has been an hour and a half. Woof! We went long today, but that's okay. Either I am happy to bring new people to our cause, but I charged it to David Brownlee's credit card. Oh, well, thank you, David. That's awesome sauce. All right, well, I'm out of here. I got some other stuff to do. Got to record a review and some other things for Dice Tower, and well, a review for Dice Tower and some other things for the channel. So I appreciate you. Well, who isn't sometimes get well soon, I guess. Oh, I was thinking Matthew won the guessing game. My bad. No. Alexander, I have Alexander's email address. I'll reach out to him and see what he wants to do. So that's no problem at all. It'll be all good. All right, I'm out of here. Thanks for joining me. It was certainly appreciated. It was a fun time. Got to look at a couple of older games on my shelf, and there's some renewed interest there. So thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care.